It's proper main event football come Saturday afternoon at Adelaide Oval. Erin Phillips has experienced so much in her sporting journey. Erin, it's always great to have you on AFL 360. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's great to be here.
Does it still do it for you in the build-up to one of these big occasions, given how long and how many that you've seen?
Yeah, they still feel the same. It's still really special, and it does feel like sometimes the longest week of your life. You just want the game to start. The build-up is spectacular and the nerves are flowing, but it's a good week. It's one to enjoy with the teammates, the ones that haven't experienced this before. It's a really good vibe about it, but look, everyone's just keen to start that game.
Congratulations, Erin. It's still a joy to watch you play footy every weekend. I need to ask you, and it's got nothing to do with your age, but how long have you been an elite sports person for?
Yeah, well, I started playing here in Adelaide in the WNBL for the Adelaide Lightning. I just turned 16. You know, that's only a few years ago. So,
hang on, was Kathy Freeman? Was that before Kathy Freeman's 2000 run?
Well, it's actually kind of around the same time. I was working as a glassy at a hotel, and I stopped to watch that race, and my boss got mad at me, so I quit. I said, "You can't let me not watch Kathy Freeman run." So that was it.
So you have. That's testament to longevity, like few athletes experience. Are you still as strong, as motivated as you've ever been now?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. This is only for me six year of footy. You know, I had a 17-year hiatus between the last time I played until when I started back again in 2017. But I absolutely love it, and you know, if the body holds up and if the passion's still there, I said I always keep playing. And you know, here we are playing in a another grand final, and still enjoying it just as much as I did when I was a kid. You know, kicking the ball around the house. So yeah, it's just an absolute dream come true.
What does experience? When you go out and play in a grand final, Erin, and people say, "Oh, you're experienced," and Pearce is experienced, what advantage do you think you get from being an experienced sports person, experienced footballer?
Yeah, Rob, that's a good question. I think it's the lessons you learn. You know, we got taught a really good one last year by the Brisbane Lions, who, you know, go to show that anything can happen on the day. And you know, we've been on a good end of grand finals. We've been lucky enough to win a couple, but we, you know, also lost one. So the experiences of just disappointment as well as the, you know, the victories are just as important. And I think last year we got taught an incredible lesson, and it's just an absolute credit to this team to really pick themselves up and say, hey, we want to get back there and we want to go that one step further.
So the grand final days, thinking back across them, Erin, so the inaugural title, which I imagine is unadulterated joy, best on ground and do your knee in sort of dramatic scenes that I don't think have ever been seen in the code, and then to lose one. How do you think across your three grand finals that you've been a part of?
Yeah, look, they've all been different, all unique in their own way. You know, the first one, I had incredibly young babies at the time. And so Trace and I were up at 3 a.m. with the twins, that grand final preparation. So I think the difference is just that I'm getting a little bit more sleep now that they're getting a bit older. But look, it's funny because I still get the same excitement, the same nerves, butterflies, the thrill, even though this is number 4 you're about to play in. Similar to the nerves and the feelings that I got lining up to play in a gold medal in Beijing. So it's special. I know it's special, and it won't be taken for granted.
Doggedly determined, I'm sure, and motivated. The other side of the billing is Daisy Pearce. We're about to talk to Daisy. Have you got a word about Daisy and what you've seen and experienced and know her place in women's footy to be?
Yeah, look, you can't talk highly enough about Daisy and, you know, the pioneer that she's been for women's footy, and, you know, where she's pushed this game to be where it's at, and both on and off the field. So, you know, it's going to be an epic grand final. It's going to be obviously great to see her playing in the grand final. You know, hopefully it does go our way though. And look, it's going to be a fantastic game, and I'm sure she'll have a cracker of a game. Her kids squad, hopefully will lead her team out there, and like I said, it'll be a really ripping contest.
Erin, enjoy the week and good luck on Saturday.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
Good on you. Erin Phillips there at the helm of things for the Crows. Just before Daisy joins us, there is one piece of news tonight that the Tribunal sat to hear the case against Montana McKinnon, the ruck, who you might have seen in the Rising Star nominations. The Tribunal's upheld the 1-week suspension. Of course, you try in grand final week. She was never beating that charge, unfortunately.
No, she was not. She's really unfortunate. But you live and learn, Jared. You won't be doing that again in a preliminary final.
Late and high are 1-week suspensions, so she won't be part of it.
She would be devastated, by the way.
Yeah, and she was. There were tears at the Tribunal, as you can well imagine.
Yeah.
Yep. Over at Marvel, Melbourne have got a mini function just to stay away from the general populace. The captain of the Demons is Daisy Pearce. Daisy, great to have you on 360. Welcome.
Hey, Jared. Hi, Robbo. Thanks for having me.
We just closed with a word from Erin about you. I wonder if you've got a word about Erin and what she's achieved in international sport and then how she's come to this AFLW.
Oh, yeah, there's so many words that come to mind. A lot of them have been said before, but just an inspirational athlete. Her journey in sport up until the point she joined the AFLW competition is one that I admired as a sports follower and a female one. But, yeah, I guess her ability to come in and impact our competition the way that she has, her consistency, her ability to perform in big moments, big games, it's just incredible, and certainly makes those like me that have been running around for a lot longer in the game look silly.
Would this be your crowning moment, Daisy?
To win a flag, Robbo?
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, it's always what you're striving for. To win a premiership, I think that's the pinnacle, the biggest achievement that you can have in the game. But in saying that, I think particularly in the last couple of years, I've become pretty clear that in myself that it won't define me, and I wouldn't have left the game hollow if I don't win one, if I hadn't had the chance to win one. It's kind of nice in the back end of my career, actually, whether it's age or having kids, they do that to you. Just the perspective that I now have in my footy. Like, I've never been more determined to win and improve as a player, but I've never been more content with the idea of losing either. So it's a nice blend, and it certainly lends itself to enjoying the game a lot more.
Is it difficult to compartmentalise your life, Daisy, or is it such a regimented life now? You just go from one sphere to another pretty seamlessly.
There's nothing regimented about it. I got 3-year-old twins. No, I think that is one of the skills that you need to be able to have as a AFLW player or any athlete, plus as a mum, is to be able to move mindfully between all the different aspects of life, to be able to close the door on a house with screaming kids and an absolute mess, and then go out and lead your team through all different moments on and off field, or in my work life as well, go and do live TV. It is definitely one of the skills that you need to have.
Yeah, I understand. I come in and have to deal with Jared every night, and it can be very, 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 very frustrating. We're watching highlights of you, Daisy, and, you've just been a gun midfielder a lot of your life. You went back and, you've really been sort of the renaissance, Pearce, the forward. How good is that, doing it at your advanced age of playing footy? And is it easier playing forward than it is midfield or defence?
I've really enjoyed the role changes over the journey. I think, particularly as captain, to have a genuine understanding of what's required in each position is an advantage. I just love playing footy. And I've got so much trust in Mick Stanier, our coach, and our program, that he could tell me that I'm starting on the wing on the weekend, and I'd just say, okay, tell me how to do it as best as I can. So, I've loved being able to play a variety of positions. Is it harder? I think each each line has its unique challenges. I think the physical toll of the midfield is one that I don't miss, and I certainly didn't miss in that first year or two coming back after the kids. It was nice to get out of, I guess, the regular beating that you get in there. You sort of have half a second before you've got three bodies jumping on you in there. So I think the physical challenge in there, I really appreciate the work that our mids do. Down back, obviously, the pressures of being dictated to at times by forwards, and your errors are very obvious because often it means the ball goes sailing through and the opposition score a goal. But the challenges up forward, I find, is that you may not get a lot of opportunities in a game. So there is pressure on being able to take the moments that you do get, because you're a little bit more at mercy as to what happens up the field, and you really do have to be able to perform when you do get your odd chance here and there, because it might only be in an AFLW game 6 to 10 involvement. So you really have to nail them. You don't get many chances to have them back.
Daisy, it's a huge commendation of what you've been able to achieve, that you're All-Australian again tonight. So the very best of luck on Saturday. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much for having us.
Good on you.